A lot of people have spoke about custom ISOs, and even I have spoke about custom ISOs in, let's just say, in some previous videos about AI ruining gaming and other stuff like that. I did, of course, make a video talking about custom ISO, so I wanted to really go into this topic a little bit more than most people. Now, I'm not here to expose any of these people that are behind these custom ISOs. I'm just kind of concerned, more or less. I do show a lot of this because, especially nowadays, how important data is, data security and privacy is. It's definitely rightfully to be concerned about stuff like this. So why do I want to, why is custom ISO something that I want to go into and cover? Is it's mainly the whole, you're giving someone who has modified Windows, and they could either easily put a backdoor in the system, or they can do something that you don't know of and just throw it into the ISO. Now, I have had some experiences with ISOs being a bit sketchy and downloading them anyway, but a lot of the really sketchy ones you could probably find in like internetarchive.org or other sites. So this is one that I see thrown around a lot. It is, I think it's called Sapphire OS. I have spoke to the developer a few times, some interactions with them, and they are very passionate about the project. They have a premium Sapphire tool that they sell, which is cool and all. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's cool to have. Like, it's cool that you find your own business. It's cool that you found your own thing to do and monetize that. That's perfectly fine. But my concern is, what are they putting into their ISO that, like, yeah, oh, it's open source. You can see everything that they're doing, but at the same time, it's like, you, like, there's other things that they could be putting in there that you just don't know of. Now, there is, of course, when you do ask them about it, they kind of joke around and say, "Oh yeah, it's totally stealing your data." They're kind of joking about it. Like, most of the people who make these like custom ISOs, you know, they're teenagers. They're younger teenagers, and they're making these ISOs and they found some sort of way of making money out of it, and that's cool and all that they're making a premium tool, but at the same time, it's like, okay, what are they gonna put in a custom ISO that I don't know of? And I'm using this every day on my computer. I don't know what they're gonna be throwing into this. Like, I have no idea. It's To me, it shows it does show a lot of, it's something that I am very concerned about. But yeah, I mean, hey, there is someone that actually has thrown these download links out, so I won't be leaving any of the links here just because am I don't really advocate for using these that much, but I am running it now to test it, and I haven't seen anything pop up and say like event viewer or anything like that. Nothing suspicious or anything, but it I wanted to test these, and I wanted to bring up the attention of these actually being something that is out there, but at the same time, should you install it? I'm leaning towards no, no, but there are people that do. Now, uh, custom ISOs, but there are other avenues of a custom ISO. There are like playbooks. This is what Revy OS does. This is also what Atlas OS does. Now, I've had a mixed experience with Atlas OS. I've had like using Atlas OS and say LOT Enterprise, and it goes from being kind of a stutter free to like some games just stuttering on them, and it's very, to me it's very yeah, fuck Windows up fuck window upgrade to Atlas. Yeah. This, I know Linus Tech Tips did a whole thing about it, but I have used it before. I have used the previous like ISOs before, the Windows 10 ISOs, and I should say like an older like computer, like 2008, because I used it on a 2008 computer, and it was like perfect. Like, it was fully usable. It worked. It was great. Now, for something that's modern, like like a mid-range PC like I've got, it actually made things kind of worse. It depends on the hardware. It also depends on, a lot of people say, oh, just test, which I have spoken to a few people that are behind the Atlas project, and they are cool people. I should say they are very cool people. They're very talented in what they do, and it is nice to see. Uh, I'm not here dick riding Atlas project, which, I mean, it's interesting to see all these projects being kind of thrown out there, but at the same time, it's like, okay, what are they doing behind the scene? They could be installing something that I don't know of. What am I gonna do about it? It's like, okay, these are a bit like, these playbooks here are a bit more trustworthy, instead of, installing an actual ISO from someone. Like, you can, like, these are just, okay, you install the clean ISO from Microsoft and then you add on to it. Yeah, they could be stripping and throwing a few things in there, but they do have all their stuff open here, what they're doing, and I I am leaning towards these playbooks being a little bit safer than, say, installing like an ISO or something. Now, there is another ISO that I have actually tested before. It's by Ghost Spectre here. I have tested this ISO, like I have tested Ghost Spectre, and it's been solid, I should say. It is. I know that they do bloat instead of doing crazy tweaks, which I actually am okay with that. I mean, it's still a custom ISO, like you still don't know what they're doing, so it's a bit questionable to me. Another one that I have tested is Windows X Lite, which, this has been a good performer. I've also have gotten some interaction with the creator of it, FB Conan, and I have seen some of his stuff on like Team OS, that website, and I'm still on the fence about this one. It is something that I trust a little bit more than other custom ISOs, but it's still on the fence. I'm still kind of concerned about just what they could have snuck in there. Now, the reason why I still use Windows is for games like this, Delta Force. This game does not work on Linux. There is no native Linux. It doesn't work with Proton. They're not going to be doing anything for it. There are, okay, you can play the mobile versions, but like, why would I want to play a shooter that I play a lot on PC? Why would I want to play it on my phone and get a worse experience? No offense to a mobile gamer, if that's all you got, that's all you got. Like, and they are announcing a console version. Once this comes to console, I'm probably gonna nuke my Windows install and switch something to Cache OS. That's probably what I'm gonna switch to, because it is the most performant Linux distribution I've used, and it works. This isn't a video, glazing Linux, or absolutely just saying, oh yeah, this is better than this, or all these custom ISOs suck, Linux is the only way, which, no, there are other options out there, but there's also the concern of, okay, what are they doing to my system? Is there something running in the background? Can I trust it? And it is kind of a gray area. It is something I do worry about. So, what do you do in that scenario? Well, you make your own. I have used NT Lite before, and I can verify that I have used NT Lite before. I have used it with other stuff. I've used it with other. I've made my own. So, testing out my own, I have made. I think there was like a video of mine that I made, I think a year or two ago, where I was actually testing a custom ISO, and I made it using NT Lite. Now, the video wasn't really good performing because it was a silent video. I wasn't speaking, and I was just doing benchmarks and like pass mark tests, and it was fun. Like, I thought it was. I thought the video was informative, but also it was kind of bad. So it is a bit. I am a bit worried and skeptical about this whole custom ISO thing, but I think people should probably be leaning towards maybe customizing it themselves, building it themselves, and just going from there, because, hey, whatever you build by yourself, you can't screw yourself over. So just make sure you understand what you're downloading out there, and don't install stuff that you don't trust. It's kind of a PSA, something I wanted to talk about. I'm not here exposing any of these projects. I don't think any of these projects are like malicious, but it's just, hey, you still need to be concerned about what you could be installing. So that's all. Uh, Again, this isn't here to start any drama or you know say in any of these ISOs are terrible or anything. It's just, hey, maybe be mindful of what you're downloading. Maybe it could lead to, I don't know, maybe something can be compromised and end up putting you in a botnet, which I don't know if that's the actual case with some of these, but just be careful. Make sure you understand what you're downloading. Anyway, I will be seeing you all in the next one.